Hey guys, this is God of Politics. I'm going to a brand new video, but before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But in today's video, I will be doing an updated Senate elections predictions video. And now, I haven't uploaded it in a while. I've just been very busy with in real life stuff, but I am back to uploading today. And it's not going to be as regular as I used to upload. I used to upload, of course, every day for a while and then every other day. I've just been really busy lately, and hopefully eventually I can get back to that, routine schedule. But, right now I'm just too busy to be able to do that. But I am here right now. I am making a video here, and that is going to be my Senate elections predictions video. Of course, there's been a lot of things going on recently with the Senate. A lot of things going on in general with the president, the House, plenty of things that I haven't been able to cover. But I am going to be talking about the Senate here, and I think it's best if we get right into this prediction. So, starting off, as always, with the safe Republican states, it will include Idaho, Utah, Alaska. Now, Alaska could be an interesting race if Murkowski does lose, but if she does lose, it'll be to another Republican. So I do think that it is still safe Republican. North Dakota, South Dakota, both safe Republican. Kansas, Oklahoma, both safe Republican. Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, Indiana, and South Carolina are all safe Republican states, and I think that's going to be it. Actually, Iowa is also a safe Republican state. Chuck Grassley has announced that he is running. Maybe he'll win by a little bit less than 2016, but he is a very, he's a shoo-in for victory. He's not going to lose. So, now the safe seats for the Democrats, that includes California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, Connecticut, Vermont, and Maryland. Even if Larry Hogan were to run, or Phil Scott in Vermont, it's not going to be close at all. But overall, I think that there's about 45 safe seats for the Democrats. Of course, the ones not up for election, and these seats I've highlighted here. And the same thing for the Republicans here. So we've got 10 seats that will be within 10 percentage points here. We can start off with the likely margin states, the ones that are going to be between 5 and 10%. And I think that Florida will be on the cusp of safe. I think that Rubio will win by around 9 percentage points. Even if he goes against Val Demings, who is, a decent candidate, she'll raise a lot of money. She'll get turnout amongst Democratic voters. It's not going to be enough. There's going to be a lot of Rubio voters from 2016 that are going to like his job, and they're going to, like the way he's done his job, and they're going to vote for him again. And maybe he'll even do better than that. Maybe he'll win by a safe margin. Now, Ohio is another state that I do think is likely Republican. This is a state that has trended heavily to the Republicans in recent years. And even if you have someone like Josh Mandel as the candidate, even in that scenario against Tim Ryan, who's a good Democratic candidate, it probably wouldn't even go under 5%. So, maybe it would against, with Josh Mandel, maybe 4 or 5 percentage points. But really, this is going to be a pretty solid race for Republicans. If they do well, maybe they could even win it by above 10 percentage points. Ohio really has trended just that much, and it's a really worrisome sign for the Democrats. They're probably going to lose some more congressional seats, lose some seats in the state Senate and the state House, and they are going to lose this Senate race as well. Now, the likely margin states for the Democrats are actually only one of them, and it is the state of Colorado. You've got Michael Bennet here, who is probably going to run. He could win by a safe margin, similar to Marco Rubio, but I think just with the way things are going right now, with Biden's approval, some of the trends that we're seeing for Democrats down ballot, I do think that for right now, it will be just under 10 percentage points. But Colorado still is a state that has trended towards the Democratic Party, and that is just something that cannot be ignored. But after the likely margin states, we have 47 for Republicans, 46 for Democrats. You can see here Republicans are inching closer to that 51 seat threshold that they do need here. Now, the lean margin states, I'm going to start with the state of North Carolina. North Carolina is a state that Republicans have a pretty strong holdout of. Of course, the governor is a Democrat. Democrats have had close races here, but Republicans do still have a strong hold on this state. Sherry Beasley is not that great of a candidate. Jeff Jackson, not that great of a candidate. I do think that the Republicans are likely to win this race. You have Ted Budd, who's probably going to end up being the nominee. He's not the worst candidate, not the best candidate, but he'll be good enough, and he'll be able to win this race by a few points. I'm also going to put New Hampshire as the lean margin state. Now, Chris Sununu has not yet announced whether he will run. He said that he may actually decide in a couple weeks, so that'll be very interesting to see. I'll certainly cover that. But If Chris Sununu doesn't run, I will be moving this to lean Democrat, but as of now, I'm just going based on the assumption that he does run, and thus I am moving it to lean Republican here. But this certainly really heavily depends on Chris Sununu running here. So Republicans up to 49 seats here with the lean margin states, and I do think that with Wisconsin, they will get up to number 50. Now, I do think that I actually may have had this at tilt before, but I think that, given a lot of the shifts we're seeing in the national environment, Ron Johnson may end up running again. Mandela Barnes hasn't raised that much money. I do think that the Republicans are in a strong position in this race here, and I do think that this is a race that they could win, and I think that they probably will win it in all likelihood here, and that does get them up to number 50 here. Now we've got lean margin states for the Democrats, and I'm actually going to say that there's none of them here. We've got 4 states that are going to be within 2 percentage points, and we can start with the state of Pennsylvania, which for now I am putting at a very narrow tilt Republican margin here. Now this is really like a huge toss-up because John Fetterman I actually think is a decent candidate, and Republicans don't have that many great candidates, but I just think that the environment is going to shift enough that Republicans will be able to pull out a win in this race, probably with Sean Parnell, who hasn't raised nearly as much money as Fetterman has, but just the fact that this was such a close state in 2020, I do think the Republicans do have a pretty decent shot here, and as of now, I'm putting it at tilt Republican. I also think that Georgia is a tilt Republican state. Now, Georgia is trending to the left here, but 2022 will probably be the Republicans' last chance to kind of win some of these statewide races here. I do think Herschel Walker is a decent candidate. I don't think he's perfect. I don't think he's, the best candidate they could have gotten for this race, but he will excite the base. He'll probably be able to win some of those swing voters back, and with the complement of a more favorable national environment, he probably will end up winning it, at least for now, but we could, of course, see this change. Now, I'm going to put Nevada and Arizona both as tilt Democratic states here, but just keep in mind these 4 states here are really states that could go either way. That's what I'm putting them as tilt. Tilt, it's tilting one way or another, could go the other way here. Now, Arizona, I think Mark Kelly is going to be just good enough of a candidate to scrape away a victory here. That doesn't mean he will win. That doesn't mean he's, very favored to win, but I do think that he's slightly favored. I think that Brnovich is not the best candidate if he's even the nominee, and I think that Arizona is shifting towards the Democrats a little bit, and I think that Mark Kelly in this scenario, for my current prediction, will just hold on. Similar thing in Nevada here. Nevada was a close state in 2020. Of course, Democrats had to fight really hard for this seat. This is a seat that was formerly held by Harry Reid. They're going to have to fight really hard for this seat. They didn't really have to fight very hard in 2016. You had Catherine Cortez Masto, who, by the way, is a pretty decent candidate, and that's part of the reason I do think that she will hold on for now. But you do have Adam Laxalt probably going to be the Republican candidate, and I do think that he could make this certainly a very close race. Maybe he even wins it. But as of now, I am saying that Nevada and Arizona blue, Georgia and Pennsylvania red. Both of these seats could go blue. Both of these seats could go red here. We could have some, other combination for that. But as of right now, I do have the Republicans taking the Senate, netting 2 seats, flipping the states of Georgia and the state of New Hampshire. Democrats coming very close to flipping in Pennsylvania, coming close to losing Nevada and Arizona, and losing, of course, Georgia and New Hampshire. But overall, I'm going to try and be more active with these videos. It's not going to be as active as I used to be, but I do enjoy making these videos, and as long as you guys enjoy them, I'll continue to make them. So, thank you for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. Those are both linked down in the description. But again, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.